Hi everybody, how y'all doing today? Wanted to come and talk to you about the Alabama State Department of Education website and also the mobile app for this particular department. Basically wanted to discuss my opinions and reviews of the mobile website itself for the Alabama State Department of Education. Currently the department is using an official website, which is www.alsde.edu as its primary mobile presence. September 2015, they actually developed their first mobile app, which is available at iTunes. And if you basically go there and you type in Alabama State Department, just DEPT period of Education in the iTunes store, you should be able to pull that app up. It's a free app, and basically looking at the app itself, it really just links back to their official website, which again is www.alsde.edu. When you go there, you pull up the app itself, you'll find hot buttons such as location. They also have some student data, some other areas. But actually when you click on those particular buttons, they're just redirecting you back to the website itself. The mobile presence for the Department of Education website has actually gotten a lot better. In doing some research, one of the biggest complaints that the State Department of Education had in Alabama about their website, probably as early as about 4 years ago, was that their website wasn't very user-friendly. And so actually in 2014, they did a whole revamp of their website, and actually the front pages of the website are totally different, have been redesigned. The layout is a lot better, and I believe a lot of the educators in the state of Alabama now are a lot more satisfied with the new design of website that they actually have. Again, in this presentation, I wanted to take a few minutes to actually look at some of the aspects of the main website that they have, the www.alsde website, and then also wanted to look a little bit at the mobile app and share a little bit of information about that. Thank you so much everybody for taking time out your schedule to look at this presentation, and I hope that it's informative. If you need to contact me later about gaining any other information about it, please do. Thank you. Hi, just wanted to go quickly through some of the things that I thought were really good about the mobile app for the Alabama State Department of Education, and also about the traditional website. If you're looking at the screen here, you actually look to the left, and the photo that you see there is actually a copy of the front of the mobile app with all of the young people there smiling. And then if you look to the right, you're actually looking at a live version of the Alabama State Department of Education website, www.alsde.edu. And some of the great things that I thought that are taking place with these particular mobile areas are on the traditional website, the navigation bar at the very top that says department offices, learners, and parents, etc., is actually clear and consistent on all of the pages throughout the entire website. Everything there is, there's a highly visual search area. That was one of the biggest complaints with the previous website, I believe, was that the search area was not clear. So they actually worked on that and actually fixed that. So you can easily find the search area on the site now by clicking on the ALSDE logo hot button in the top left hand corner of the traditional website. It actually leads you back to the home page. So it's actually a hot button redirect to the home page, which is very good. The user has a good option of video graphical information, photos, and traditional documents now on the website. There is So basically, if you're looking for any information that the Department of Education has, they've mixed up their mediums that they have. They're using a little bit of video. They're using a little bit of traditional documents like PDFs, Word documents, Excel documents. They're also using a lot of photos and graphical things. And they're also doing graphics, too, for a lot of the statistics that they have. For instance, now, I believe in the state of Alabama, the graduation rate, high school graduation rate is 89% for high school students. They'll take that information and actually make like an infographic out of it and actually place that on the website also. So you have different mediums that you can look at in order to find information. Also, another great point and good thing about the website is the ease of access to state directories now that I'm seeing on the website. Also, there's clear information about staff contacts. The information on how to contact people at the State Department of Education is clearly mapped out on the website. Also, they created a data center, which is at the very top in the upper navigation area, and it actually leads you directly to, if you want to find out specific statistics about data in the state of Alabama, and like high school graduation rates, eighth grade rates of passing math, that kind of thing. You can actually look in the data center area. In the secondary navigation area, where it's actually like the yellow bars that are located at the nearer to the bottom here. And I'm actually pulling those up. I don't know if you can see them on the video, but this one, for instance, says State Board of Education. This one says I want to know. One says government and industry. Another says college and career ready standards. And this last one here says public charter schools. Those navigation areas have actually been added, and the titles are very clear. And I believe what the State Department of Education is doing is actually, when they have hot button topics that come up in the state, for instance, one of the recent ones was public charter schools, and they just adopted public charter schools in the state of Alabama like last year. So what they did in this particular navigation area, they put a hot button there so visitors could easily go and capture that information. So this yellow bar that I just showed you, any hot topics that come up, new things that are going on throughout the state that they want to kind of highlight, they'll put them there in this particular area so visitors can find that information more easily. Some of the other things that I thought were very good are the inclusion of key topic areas in the main navigation bar area. Again, the calendar area, you can find out anything that's going on in the state as far as education in that calendar area, and it actually goes a year out and looking at it. It's from January to December, and it's already kind of outlined. But again, these were some good things that I saw about the State Department of Education website, and thank you again so much for your time. This is the Alabama State Department of Education mobile app, and as you can see, it's got great photos of Alabama students that are actually from different parts of the state. If you look here at the first button, it actually has location, directory, events, about Alabama, and more. Let's click on a couple of these different buttons and see what's going to happen. Actually, when you click location, it takes you to a Google Map setup where you actually get physical directions to the Alabama State Department of Education in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's go back. When you click on directory, you're actually just getting redirected to the Alabama State Department of Education website, which is actually www.alsde.edu. Looking back at the very front of the mobile app, the next button is actually going to be events. And I believe here you're also going to just be redirected to their website. And on their website, they actually have a calendar of events of different statewide events that are taking place from January all the way up to December. So you have opportunity to look at that information. If we go back, we also have About Alabama. And on that particular area, you're redirected to different parts in their website. You actually have the Superintendent's Corner, which is a part of the Alabama State Department of Education website. You go to a redirection. It also sends you to information on the website about the executive staff members. So you can pull up anybody's information from the state superintendent all the way probably to local school principals and local superintendents also. Looking at some of the other areas, you have the Office of General Counsel, you have the Alabama State Board of Education, which you have these are actually the people that are in charge of this whole State Department of Education. It's sort of like a committee, and you actually are redirected to their website. Let's look at some other portions of the mobile app. Let's go back one more. Here, the last button is simply titled More, and there you can actually look at some of the press releases that have been generated, recent news, and all of this information is actually just redirecting you directly to the Alabama State Department of Education official website, which again is going to be www.alsde.edu. And there are actually 3 other buttons on here that I'd like to take a quick look at. One is being Call Us. And actually when you click on that, it's actually just giving you a on-screen box that's basically just giving you the official phone number there at the department. Directions, which are actually going to take us back to the location area that we did before. And the share area is basically just prompting you to forward the direct link for this particular app to anybody that you might want to send it to. Now I wanted to go through a couple of things, just 3 additional things, and this is going to be the last part of my presentation, but I wanted to look at the information technology side of the www.alsde website, and also wanted to look at the mobile app. In my opinion, because of the way that these items are consistent when you actually place them on different devices. So for instance, if you're using a smartphone, or you're using a traditional desktop like the one behind me, or if you're even using an iPad or another form of tablet, when you access the www.alsde website, the information, no matter what the device is actually consistent, in my opinion. For that reason, I'm believing that, and I'm thinking that the design is actually a more responsive web design. For that reason, because the information is just staying consistent on no matter what kind of device you're using. Also wanted to take a quick moment to look at 2 other things, one being my opinions about SEO, and then also wanted to take a quick moment to look at some of the bad things that I think are happening on this particular website. Looking quickly at the bad things, we'll get that out the way. There wasn't a large list at all. Just looking at it, there were 2 things that kind of stood out to me. One being that some of the areas that you access on the site take a long time to load information up. So for instance, like I tried to access the event calendar, and I clicked on the information, the button there, and actually took a little time to load that type of information up. Also, there was an area I think called I Want to Know, and I tried to click on that, and it took a little bit of time to actually try to load that information up also. And just to make sure that it wasn't the area that I was in, my Wi-Fi or anything wasn't acting right, I did it on several different occasions, and for both of those areas, for me personally, they just wouldn't load up very quickly. And I think that could be an area that they need to look at. It is a bad thing, because if you think about it, nowadays people are more busy than ever. They want information quickly. They want accurate information. And when they click on something on a site or on their mobile device, they're really expecting it to be there quickly, because they really don't have that much time. So I think that's one particular area that they need to work on for the Alabama State Department of Education on their web presence, making sure that the information is loading up quickly. The second thing that really stood out to me in doing looking at some of the readings that we've had, they said that you always need to have copyright information or a copyright date at least on any mobile item that you have, whether it be a website or whether it be a mobile app that's at the bottom somewhere. But on looking at the mobile app, and if I'm not mistaken, I did not see any copyright information on the particular mobile app for the Alabama State Department of Education mobile app. So I think that might be another area that they might want to look at, is making sure that they have consistent copyright information on both their website, traditional website, www.alsde.edu, and then also the mobile app, making sure that they have copyright information there also. The last thing I wanted to look at was actually some of the things I thought were driving SEO rates and actually helping to increase and improve the SEO for the Alabama State Department of Education web presence. And I have a list here, so I'm going to take a quick moment to look at that, pull that out. Some of the things that I thought that were really helping are, one, the mobile app that they just released. Again, from my understanding, that the mobile app was just released September 2015. At that time, before then, the Alabama State Department of Education did not have a traditional mobile app that was available. The only thing that they had was just their traditional website. So even though the mobile app is just redirecting people back to the website, is actually helping to raise their visibility with a whole new group of stakeholders that they might not have had opportunity to touch before, which is really good. And I think that that's really helping to drive their SEO rates. Looking at some of the statistical information that I have looked at before, I think I've read somewhere that more than 50% of people here in the United States actually use mobile devices and actually access the web from their mobile device. So for that reason, imagine if before you didn't have a mobile presence, you were missing out on probably a key part of your stakeholder group. So now by them having that mobile app, I think that's actually helping to drive more SEO presence for them. Also, some other areas were the developers of the site seem to be using keywords to actually help drive SEO on their site. So for instance, when you go to the search menu area, those type of areas, they're using keyword, from my understanding, from my research, and then they're also using SharePoint, which is with their staff. And their staff members actually have their own individual web pages, the sections, and in that they're using SharePoint to actually help to put a lot of that information to populate the website. So for instance, if you are a member of the staff at the Alabama State Department of Education and you go out into the field, you're meeting with local teachers, local superintendents, and others, and they tell you that they need to see a certain piece of information on the site, on your website, more readily, they tell that staff member. The staff member then in turn can actually take that information and that knowledge, use their SharePoint access, and help to kind of custom craft where information needs to be located throughout on their web page. So for instance, it's sort of similar to, I guess, A/B testing. Basically, for the stakeholders, they're getting what they want because they're getting the type of seeing the type of information that they want on their on the website and gaining better access to it. And then from the staff member standpoint, they're actually doing a good job of delivering better service to the stakeholders, which in turn is going to help to drive SEO up, in my opinion. And then the last good point that I saw that I think they're using in order to drive the SEO rates up, or they have a map presence on their website that actually through, I think, Google Maps, but Google Maps is basically something that has been shown to drive SEO, but then they're actually taking it a step further. I think they also have a map that also shows different restaurants, fuel areas that are close to the actual State Department of Education, the physical building itself. So for instance, if someone has a meeting here, they actually can find out what's close for lunchtime. They can find that kind of information out. So I think by having that kind of information also included on the website is actually helping also to drive up SEO, probably slightly, but even that small amount is good because you're getting better service to your customer base. Those are basically the things that I've had. And again, thank you so much for taking time out your schedule to look at this particular presentation. Hope it was enjoyable. And if you have any other further questions for me, please just let me know. Thank you.